For every Hollow Knight player there comes the time where you ask yourself what is left to do. With every achievement gotten, with every mod played, and every speedrun time beaten, there is a limit what you can do to become better. Now that I have beaten the game more times than the Hollow Knight has limbs, I am at that point as well. What can I do? Where are the stars above the horizon? After some deep self-reflecting meditation, I have come to a realization. It is something that many lack or lose after some time of playing, and that is politeness. In the hunt for harder modes, while trying to get better, do runs faster, and seeking stronger, we cannot keep sight of our own behavior. So I want to become, once again, polite. Appreciate the kindness and gestures the characters have to offer, and therefore start the thank you for the juice run. What is the guideline here? Simple. Whenever some juice is getting aimed at me, I take it. If it misses, I have to get myself killed. Also, talk with every NPC bug once each time I meet them at a place for the first time. Should be easy enough, right? Let's begin. I start walking through some tunnels, knocking on some doors, and take them opening in front of me as a sign to get in. That seems pretty nice to me, but the bugs inside do not offer me any juice to quench my thirst. I overlook that little faux pas after getting some cookies and a friendship pin, before going further in. Soon I arrive in Dirtmouth. Polite as I am, I talk to the first elder I see and save myself a place in their will. What is that elder bug? Little Timmy fell down the well? Time to jump right after him. I greet the well dwellers and politely ask them to not stand in my way. After going further down, I meet Cornifer and decide to subscribe to his OnlyFans. Cause how could I not? Soon after, I get to meet my first juice sharers. The well-versed gentleman that I am, I accept the first glass of OJ, only to get betrayed by my trademarked #gamer instincts. It is a sin to be rude, and I repent by downing all the juice over and over and over again. This is but a first taste of what I will have to go through to cleanse my soul of being a jerk. Those buckholes better appreciate it. I assume nobody's paying taxes around here, cause fixing the infrastructure falls on my wallet. Hero that I am, I save little Timmy right afterwards. Soon enough I meet the first big fella and ask for some tips to get big and strong. The secret? High fiber bars with orange in them. Oh no. I keep overeating on those several times before getting the workout routine down. As a gift for my progress and gains, I get a voucher for the local gym. Trying to find the gym, I meet a nice auntie and help her fix her juice dispenser. It takes me a few times to understand the IKEA instructions for it, but good thing I learned that, cause there seems to be more than one of those broken machines around. Sadly, I discover that the gamers around here never wash off the Dorito dust from their bodies. I do not want to think about how often they wash themselves, and I'm on my way after a short handshake. At least it was orange flavored. Shortly afterwards, I face a small dilemma on my quest to be more polite and accepting. The bugs around are spilling the orange juice left and right. Should I try to catch it all? No. It would not be impolite. Why? Toddlers. They are basically toddlers spilling juice on the floor. It would not be impolite to not get on my knees and lick it up. So for situations like these, there's now the toddler rule. I get to shake hands, beat up some grandpa spitting cabbages at me, and remind the monarchy that revolutions bear neither them nor their children. A little talk with the court just later, I get to play hero again and meet the princess of this place. I let her practice her stitches on me, and in return she gives me a neat little cloak. No idea what it's made of, cause the next moment I start tripping. I throw money at the public transport problem and meet the bus driver, whose job I saved with my selflessness. After the ride, I get into an argument with some lady who was blocking my way with her kids. I claim self-defense on all murder charges and am a free buck. I try to support Salubra's piercing studio, but apparently the bus station swallowed my money. Nearby, I am just in time to perform first aid on an overdose and am sure to have made a friend by being polite. Having spent enough money, I head to my next destination, the fungal wastes. Carefully, I avoid getting sprayed with Dorito dust, and I give the gift of Geo to a businessman down on his luck on my way down. I get the sneaking suspicion that I got scammed though. A few paths later, I recall some back alley piercers who can help me. I forgot that they are generous with the orange juice. After several tries, I noticed that they can't drown me in juice while headbanging, and keep them distracted like that to get a new hold. I keep avoiding dust throwers, but cannot say no to the newest culinary delicacy exploding with flavor. Quickly I notice how the mushrooms serving the dish can stomach their own creation and trick them into sharing the dish. The earthquakes are quaking and soon I get to wave to the princess once more. Now aware of the connoisseurs around here, I am more careful. If I am gone before they can offer anything, my conscience will stay clean. The mantises are allergic to orange juice, it seems. At least they do not share any, leaving me quite thirsty. I find Dashmaster, which I am not touching even if I were paid to do so. As an apology for not sharing any juice, I accept a few little souvenirs from this tourist trap. After jumping through some bureaucratic hoops, I get a meeting with the government to talk about the stabbiness of your citizens. With blue juice on my side and spears on their side, we come to an agreement of less stabbing directed at me. I do not hold any grudges and return the greetings as well as accept payment for harm done to my body. My little vacation in the village let me forget about the amateur chefs feeding me their newest creation. I look for a way through and stumble over another station littered with garbage. Only now I notice that the chefs have taken some payment from me. After finding a book for a lost and found collection and several tries to avoid the cooks, I get a thought, which only people driven mad by the juice get. Hey, maybe Deep Nest would be an easier route. So I save another child under questionable parental protection and take a leap of faith into the horror. Except for getting spooked by some out-of-season trick-or-treaters, this route goes pretty well, and my lack of orientation gets rewarded by a trip to a hot spring. With my mind at ease, I face my worst nightmare. Blind grandmas. This section alone made me lose my mind for over an hour, but looking back at the footage, it was just half of the time. The toddler rule did not find use here. The grandmas might have bad eyesight and kept missing my glass, but they had some aim, and I was not going to make them feel bad for it. Today I am no longer remembering the time I got scared by the sudden enemies and traps during my first playthrough. Now, several months later, I still wake up screaming into the cold sweat each time I recall all the spiders spitting juice at me with an aim as accurate as me with a sniper on Rust. Guess who lost the 360 no-scope competitions in my neighborhood? Finally, I make it and meet a new friend with a big club, drink some blue juice and find a monthly ticket with no ID needed. Apparently, I am not the only one out for a free ride. Without the need to meet any more grandmas, I take the shortcut back to the hot spring. In the heat of the water we get to meet a new friend, Quirrell, before taking a ride in the tram. After climbing up to the City of Tears, King's Station seems like a good place to rest. Without money to donate, I retrieve a little trinket from the roof and take my time to teach a few bourgeois bugs how to be humble and polite. Their money has evaded taxes for too long and the part flows into the station. In the city square I meet the princess for a little talk and get to find a nice artist to fix my nail for me. Without safety precautions, I climb up a construction site to the upper floor of a building. Breaking and entering? What is that? Their fault for not being OSHA compliant. I get to meet another new friend / business partner who does not ask how I got there and buys all my trinkets. Very polite. I like the straight inbox. Not much juice is getting gotten around these parts. The juiciest thing I get is another pick from Cordoba. I take my time to rate the city's politeness with an F on a nearby badge. This complaint is going right up to a manager, who compensates me for my troubles. My completely legally acquired financial means go right to the local businesses. Nice to see that the overdose bug I found is standing back on his 2 feet. Good for him. No refunds or hero discounts for me still. Back at the well I meet another fella who is a total buckhole. Polite as I am now, I only think that instead of saying it. Sooner than later, I do meet him again. Freaking stalker. Back at Chalubras I can finally get a new piercing and like that I'm ready for some crystals. We save another kid or two and jump into the mines. Breaking in the ceiling is certainly a good way to help with the mining process, right? I wait my turn to get onto the conveyor belts and meet my colleagues. Profits seem to be split among the employees here, so I try to tell them I have no interest in their shares. They see through my lies. I think I need to get more polite. Finding a kidnapped kid makes me think they had it coming. Dancing through the disco, I find Cornifer again and throw money at him for some premium snaps. Cleaning up the mine's quarters, I pick up a key which will certainly be useful, and further up find Quirrell enjoying the view. Some more dancing later, I get a bit peckish. Good thing there's a fridge and a caramelized heart. Yummy. Behind some lousy security system that cinched me only a few times, I find a gemstone. Me, proud that I am, know about my skill level well enough to decide to pay respects to my ancestors. Why another kid was stuck here will be a mystery for the ages. I get a bit too enthusiastic with grave cleaning and accidentally break the resting place. Sorry about that. Wet corpse dust will be hard to wash out. I stumble my way into the graveyard. Apparently someone did not maintain this place, cause the next second I get some hallucinations from the miasma around here. Thankfully a nearby grandma finds me before it becomes a problem. I promise to return and visit again, which I am totally going to do in the future. Sorry, something got stuck in my throat. It is finally time to go back to the city. Some bugs have complained about feeling watched, and we are the closest thing this place has to a police force. On their way, nobody has the common decency to offer any juice. But what do we expect from literal kidnappers? Before kicking in the door, I do recall the future and get back to the crossroads before it turns into an orange-juiced wonderland. First I let Grub Daddy shower me with love, money and gifts, and then I give Notch Mommy a visit. Now it is FBI time. The whole place seems like a juice den. On my entry one night Ori got crushed under the air orangifier. Both nights got juiced on their own supply and refused to share with me. I tried to complain to their boss, but that one disappeared before giving me some of the liquid. My next project to help society is to clean out the sewers. I got complacent from orange deficiency on my way through it and did not notice the fruit bat dying to give me some orange dust. In my next reincarnation I fix that mistake. Further in I meet a big red bug who keeps throwing Swedish meatballs at me like a girlfriend whom I confessed cheating to at the IKEA restaurant. If anyone out there actually did that, then congrats, you are a buckhole. To the girlfriend in this scenario, hope you hit him in the eye and also kicked him in the meatballs. With the sewers cleaned up I get to pick up some grease for my bathing suit, so I can swim through the 7-Up around here. The way out of the sewers goes through the toilet of this lady here. She doesn't mind the stench, and attentive listener that I am, I pay attention to the tale of how unhappy she is about everyone in the city becoming more rude. Hitting a dead end when trying to enter the mushroom wastelands through the city, I try my luck through OC, California instead. Thankfully the flies around leave orange juice everywhere, cause the toddler rule comes into effect once again. A little swim later I land in Fog Canyon. All the orange juice is neatly packed inside Tupperware, children and adults, so there's no reason for me to worry about getting a share. The stuff will last forever in there. But I break it, I eat it, is in play. Good thing there's no orange glass around here. With one more space for my scout badges, I meet the best boy Krill in these parts. Inside Umu's lair, nobody gives me any of the orange stuff. Shocking, I must say. Shocking. On the other hand, there's not much resistance. The jellyfish in charge does not let any orange juice out. Big Bubblehead knows what hurts me. Thankfully, the spark of friendship between me and Krill has grown. With that power, the win is on my side. I tried to talk with a big boss about safety regulations regarding electricity. I'm not too optimistic about anything changing. Another saved kid later, I keep getting lost on my way to wherever it is that I need to go. No one is kind enough to tell me the way. I do find more money, kids and souvenirs. Some kids in the trench coat try to trick me out of my money, but they forgot that it is not Halloween, so they get a spanking. In the end, I do find someone willing to help me. For money. Considering my available options, I assume the tram being the way of least orange juice donators. I wonder why I was so upset about this place. I blacked out for a second though. How did I get here? Not important. In the distant village I get to party. The orange juice must have been a bit older, cause I wake up with a headache and no memories. Time to find the homeowner and see what happened. Apparently there are a few generations living under the same roof around here, who like drinks on the second day. And oh boy, I am hoping that they kidnap this kid without my help. The head of the family seems to have partied harder than everyone else, and we say our final goodbyes as good bugs do. Thankfully, we found enough pennies in the couch seats here for the cab fare. The way to the Hollow Knight had less orange juice enjoys than I thought there would be, but as the biggest OJ fan of the kingdom, the big bug got us covered. I had to make sure I could recover after drinking. We all know that when lemon juice and orange juice mix, they disappear from existence. No idea what the guys at CERN are still doing, but it is a waste of time. At first, HK is as skilled as a barkeeper pouring out rows of shots while juggling 3 bottles behind the back. Soon enough it changes into me trying to fist bump someone else with a beer bottle in my hand and getting both pairs of shoes wet. Toddler rule to the rescue. After half an hour of trying to outdrink the moth church monk with an orange juice cellar, I get lucky and can finally take in all the Dorito dust in the kingdom and go to jail forever. And that is it for my almost 6-hour crash course of becoming more polite. A very important lesson has been learned here, which is that you should avoid people older than 40 under any circumstances. cause otherwise you will die due to too much orange juice. Someone else can try to beat my time, cause I need a break from anything with the color orange for some time. Don't forget to drink your vitamins, eat your sleep, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.